Now, candidates are into the final week of campaigning for a by-election in Wythenshawe and Sale East in Greater Manchester, caused by the death of the Labour MP, Paul Goggins. It's been a safe Labour seat, but the UK Independence Party is determined to give them a run for their money. Chris Mason reports.
It's time for a pint in the Furbank pub in Wythenshawe.
Had a good day, mate?
Yeah, not too bad.
And time to meet the man who's going to be our guide to this spot that politicians are scrapping over.
There you go, pal. Lived in the area all my life, had businesses in the area all my life. Passionate about Wythenshawe, love Wythenshawe, to be honest. Business is good. It's improving year by year. Over the last 3 years, it's just got better and better. And there's a feel-good thing about my business at the moment, and I think it's, you know, the area's getting better. People are spending.
But not everyone here is so optimistic. So how are the parties likely to fare?
This seat is a microcosm of what we're seeing in national politics right now, which is actually two-party battles going on simultaneously. So on the one hand, Labour are looking to recruit Liberal Democrat support. They'll be looking to demonstrate that they can bring all of that Liberal vote in and solidify their majority here. Then over on the right, you've got the battle between the Conservatives and UKIP.
This is the 17th by-election race in the last 3.5 years or so, and in 5 of those, the UK Independence Party has finished second. Now, often the overall winner in these races is frankly pretty predictable, but they still set hearts racing at Westminster. Why? Because they're real votes in real ballot boxes, and so give the parties a very real sense of whether they're popular or not.
Cider, what for you, Tosh?
And this time next week, voters here will decide which party's candidate is smiling most and heading to Westminster. Chris Mason, BBC News in Wythenshawe.
Well, that was Chris's report. Let's go live to Chris Mason now. Chris, over to you.
Yes, good afternoon from Sale, one part of this constituency that straddles both Wythenshawe, which you saw there, and also Sale East, the leafier end of the constituency. We've been talking to all of the main candidates throughout the day. Let's bring in Mary DeMauro, who is the Liberal Democrats candidate. And Mary, the Liberal Democrats here got 22% in 2010, roughly in line with your national share of the vote. Poll out this afternoon from Lord Ashcroft saying 5%. Are you going to keep your deposit?
Well, do you know, the Liberal Democrats have actually increased their vote in the constituency year after year. So whenever there's been a general election, the Liberal Democrat vote has gone up and up. In fact, I think it's 4 times what it was when we first stood in the constituency. So I'm very positive about how we're doing.
You've still got a smile on your face. It's quite striking that the other parties, other big parties, Labour, Liberal Democrats, Labour, Conservatives, UKIP, all had big hitters from London coming up. There don't seem to have been many coming to support you, and that tells a story, doesn't it?
Well, the story is that this is a by-election that was called, well, you know, it really very sad circumstances, and then, you know, you've only got a couple of weeks and people to prepare and before you know it, it's polling day. So people have very full diaries, and I mean, it's a typical Liberal Democrat campaign, to be honest. It's local activists working in their own community, doing what they're best known to do. I'm a local councillor and I'm well known around here. You know, I've been working here since 2010 as a local community champion. So, you know, I'm the face that people want to see, a local candidate, not somebody who's been parachuted in from either Westminster or another constituency.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have turned Nick Clegg away, would you?
Oh, well, I'm a big fan of Nick. I signed Nick's nomination papers to become leader of the party, so I'm a big fan of Nick. But I understand that people have very full diaries, and as I say, you know, this really is a grassroots campaign.
And what are you pushing on the doorstep? Because Liberal Democrats have had a rough old time in by-elections in the last couple of years, but what is your message when people are willing to listen?
The constituency that we're in has 2 distinct areas. The Sale East side that we're in at the moment, I'm well known here because I've taught in some of the local schools, I've taught lots of the children, and I've met lots of the parents at parents' evenings. So this side of the constituency, I'm well known in for the educational side of things. The other side of the constituency, the Wythenshawe side, there's a real mismatch there in terms of people's educational chances, and that would be my chief role here as the local MP, would be to take, well, 40% of adults on job seekers allowance don't have any qualifications in Wythenshawe. 50% of the jobs require 5 A-star to C GCSEs. So there's a mismatch, and it's been allowed to go on under Labour for years and years and years, and that would be my job, to get those people work ready to access all the fantastic jobs and apprenticeships that are coming into the area with Airport City Enterprise Zone, High Speed 2, the Metrolink.
And finally, that £500, that deposit, you're going to keep it?
Oh, absolutely, and the party is planned and the suitcase is packed ready for Westminster.
I admire that smile. Mary, many thanks indeed.
Thank you.
Mary Demara there, who is the Liberal Democrat candidate and staying as upbeat as she can. Full list of all of the candidates standing here on the BBC News website, and polling day here a week today.
Chris, thanks very much. Chris, talking about that information on the candidates, all there available on the website. There it is with the address about to come up with the 7 candidates who will be standing in a week's time.